let you in, the Most High got a rude awakening for you and your family. And that includes your children, man.
Verse 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
The four corners of the earth represent what? The symbol for NATO is a compass that represent the four quarters of the earth. The four corners of the earth. You got north, you got east, you got south, and you got west. The military force of this planet is NATO, man, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, man. You better wake up and smell the coffee, man. You guys that are going around in that black conscious bullshit, you better wake up. Because the truth of the matter is that you are Israelites, man.
2 Thessalonians 2:1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua, and by our gathering together unto him, that you be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That man of sin being revealed is Esau, the chief family are the Rothschilds. So they're being revealed right now. Like last week, a couple of white boys came out and we asked them about the Rothschilds, and one of them, I was surprised that he knew it. But I guarantee you, if I asked him that same question 20 years ago, he wouldn't know. Because there was a point where I used to ask crackers, you know anything about the Rothschilds? He said, who are the Rothschilds? But now they're beginning to have some knowledge on who the Rothschilds are. But they don't know that the Rothschilds is the chief, supposed to be the chief family of all Edomites, man. So in revealing this devil, you got to say that you got the Rothschilds, which they're the chief family of all the Edomites. And there's certain articles where they admit that they are Edomites, that they descend from the Edomites. Okay, Rothschild means red child, the child of Edom. Okay, that's who they are. So we revealed them. We said, you are the Edomites. We go into the scriptures about how they came up into power, that they were the brother of Jacob, and how they're going to be destroyed. Even the scholars tell you that in certain books, that the Edomites are a scene of great future judgment. And that they were the only nation or the neighbor of the Israelites that shall not receive any, that have not received any promise of what? Of mercy. And that fits these damn crackers, man. These devils, man. When you get a chance, open up another tab, go to Google and put in a Monroe Doctrine. Because the Monroe Doctrine, and go to Wikipedia. Go to Wikipedia and go read it. Now, you know what the Monroe Doctrine is all about? The old world order reestablishing himself as a new world order. And they tell you that, man. Because that saying, the new world order and the old world order, that goes back before 1776. That whole concept of the new world order and the old world order goes back before the Rothschilds, but they were reincarnated as the Rothschilds or the Bowers, but their ancestors were the ancestral family line goes back to the Bourgeois, man. Yeah. So they were always here, but under different names. Whether they know it or not, I don't know. I don't know if they're that deep, but they watch us, so they should know now. Okay? Go ahead and read that, Art.
This is from Wikipedia entitled the Monroe Doctrine. It says the Monroe Doctrine was a policy of the United States introduced on December 2nd, 1823. It stated that further efforts by European nations to colonize land or interfere with states in North or South America would be viewed as acts of aggression.
In other words, you had one group of crackers, these Edomites that took over America. They were fighting against another group of crackers, or several groups of crackers, namely the Spanish, the French, and the British, the English. Go ahead.
It says, at the same time, the doctrine noted that the United States would neither interfere with existing European colonies nor meddle in the internal concerns of European countries. The doctrine was issued at a time when nearly all Latin American colonies of Spain and Portugal had achieved or were at the point of gaining independence.
That's why you fucking South Americans, you Latinos, you speak that Spanish, Espanol. All right? You speak that shit. You know why? Because you got it from your colonizers, which were the Spanish, man. Mm-hmm. The damn devil. And you proud to speak that damn language like it's your goddamn language. That ain't your language, man. That's the devil's language, man. That's the Diablo's language, the deceiver's language, man. Satanas, Satan. Go ahead.
The doctrine was issued at a time when nearly all Latin American colonies of Spain and Portugal had achieved or were at the point of gaining independence from the Portuguese and Spanish empires. Peru consolidated their independence in 18...
Like if you go back and you look at pictures of, like if you go to certain trips to South America, you go to like Mexico, and you see the architecture of the buildings, you know, going back a couple of 100 years ago, they look similar to the architecture of Spain. In Mexico, you had the bullfighting and the bull rings. They got that from Spain, where the Spaniards got that from the Moors, because the Moors introduced bullfighting to the Spaniards, these crackers, and it was a show of machismo, all right, to do it so in an eloquent way, to make the bull go around you and then to stab the bull and look good doing at it, man. Okay? And the way that they dress in that old world style. That came from the Moors, which were Israelites. Hey, I read the story. You brought it up. You had it on one of the tabs about El Cid. And I read the whole story. And it said that El Cid, when he would fight his enemies, he would fight side by side with the Moors. But they show you a picture of El Cid as being a white man. El Cid wasn't a white man. He was a black man. He was an Israelite, so-called black man. But he was calling himself a Christian. And the reason why he befriended the Moors, because they were so-called black. They were both Israelites. One embraced Islam, the religion of Islam, and the other embraced the religion of Christianity. But they fought side by side. There wasn't no white people and black people fighting side by side. Get your history right, man. There's a movie, and I always mention this movie. The movie's called El Cid, starring Charlton Heston. And the guy that should have played El Cid or El Said, the Lord, should have been this guy, Sidney Poitier. With Sidney Poitier, and I got to get this movie, man. I saw it as a youngster, man, as a Padawan. The Long Ships, and it was about, and I forget the character, but it was based on an actual guy, a Moor of that time. And he was putting hell on them crackers, man. Sidney Poitier, yep. He wore the long robe, the long white robe. He had the sword, the turban on, and he really got into it. You going to look it up? Even Quentin Tarantino, he mentioned the movie The Long Ships. If you get the movie True Romance, and you go to the what do you call that? The commentary by the director, and he said that he's talked about the scene where this guy, what's this guy? The guy Hurley's father, Dennis Hopper, and Christopher Walken. They were in that trailer, and he was about to kill him, and he knew he was going to die. And he said, I read a lot of history, and he said that you Sicilians are niggas. You were spawned by niggas, and he said that at one time the southern part of Italy, you had blonde hair, blue eyed, white skin. But then they turned into dark haired, woolly haired, dark skin. And he said, you know what had happened? Because you had the Moors. If you know the history of the Moors conquered all those lands and those regions, Naples, Sicily, Palermo, and they systematically killed the world, which we would do.